Okay, today we are playing a game on the Temple of Anubis. We are playing Ashe the entire way through. Everybody's playing Ashe. It's all Ashe. Everybody's playing Ashe. It's all no limits Ashe, okay? We're not going to learn a whole lot today. We're basically going to watch Ashe and talk about Ashe, probably. I'm not going to tell you today's going to be the most informative video you've ever watched in your entire life. We're also on the console, by the way, in case you're curious. There's a couple questions in the email we'll talk about when we get to the end of the game, but for now, playing Ashe. Everybody's playing Ashe. Unfortunately, we all wish we could be playing Bob, but we can't be playing Bob, we have to be playing Ashe. It's unfortunate, but it's just how life is, unfortunately. So, we're playing Ashe. We have the advantage of having the defender's advantage, and they have to walk into us. Now, here's the problem. They're all also playing Ashe, so that means they don't have a front line except Bob, but none of them can currently deploy the boy because the game has been going for a minute total, and they've killed one person in their entire life so far. So it's not really going super well for them. That person's going to burn to death, but we shot them before they died. That person's actually playing Anna, which is not Ashe, but it does start with an A, so that's close enough as far as I'm concerned. Look at that. Wonderful. There's an interesting quirk with the victory screen at the end of the game because there's too many Ashes on the screen, and Ashe takes up a lot of space in the victory screen because she also has Bob with her, because, you know, can't have Ashe without Daddy. That's just how life is. So, they're up to no good over here. We're making our way over. We could have used the shotgun to get back faster, because, I mean, you know, we got some space to cover here, but everybody's playing Ashe, okay? It doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things, does it? Look at that, we burned 2 people to death. Then we got shot in the face. Suboptimal, to say the least. But we did kill 2 people before we died, so it was all worth it. Look at that, we can almost deploy the boy. Probably by the end of the game, someone will in fact deploy the boy. Probably, eventually. I don't think anybody actually does, except like right before the round ends, or the game ends, because, you know, it's how this particular mode functions. Shotgun up, woo! So, they're still all playing Ashe, except that one person who might still be playing Anna. Oh, look, there she goes, up into the sky. We're on the console, it's okay, we'll cut some slack. So, we are being very slow and plodding, if I might take a moment to actually say something insightful, as if he's ever done that before. We're being very slow and plodding with how we move around, whereas we want to try and keep a degree of mobility. And this is the thing with a lot of heroes where you look down the scope, is usually, even though, you know, we're not really looking down the scope, we're looking down the sides, but you know, you get the idea. There's usually the thing where you find a corner, and then you walk out, scope, take a shot at whoever you're going to do, unscope, walk back over, scope, walk back over, shoot out, unscope, walk back, you know, good old Anna strats, basically. You'll see Anna players doing that, you'll see, like, Pharah players doing it as well. They don't have scopes, but they're employing a similar tactic, where you just kind of, like, peek the corner over and over again, and looking down sights usually makes you go slower. So you go back, unsights, go back, sights, peek back out again, and it just makes you harder to hit, basically, peeking the corner like that. Rather than doing what we're doing, which is kind of standing out in the open, basically. When we actually employ cover when we're shooting at people, startlingly enough. Especially when they are also all playing Ashe, and we are too playing Ashe. Everybody's playing Ashe. We can now deploy the boy. They have 30 seconds left. One other person on our team can deploy the boy. Things are going swimmingly. There he goes, boy deployed. Wonderful, he's going to stand guard in that doorway. Not a single soul is going to get through. No, sir. Bob is on the case. Another Bob is on the case. Look at that. They got the place covered. Now they're gone. But they did indeed have that place covered. It's like a solid fucking diamond wall over here. Daddy and Daddy, they ain't going to let anybody through the door. But they're gone now. People can come through the door again. Just heard somebody else yell to deploy the boy. God only knows where he is. Shot that boy dead in the face. They're running straight at us. Nice and easy to get shot. Oh, look, somebody's dead over here. Hey, look. It's Daddy. There he goes. He's gone now. He phased straight through the wall. Daddy has many skills. Look at that. Look at this boy. Oh, no. Look at this boy over here. Ashe takes up too much space. this Ashe has to go through the wall, which is probably a little bit uncomfortable for her. Bob's nice and comfortable, though. Everybody's also base skin Ashe. Incredible. Oh, look, Ashe got play of the game. Startlingly enough. I remember it like it was yesterday. Oh, that person actually had the Safari skin. I prefer the Mafia skin. I don't know what it's called. I remember it as the Lazy Town skin because of the pattern that's on and general shape of the clothing reminds me, like, not so much of actual, like, gangsters. It reminds me of the show Lazy Town. Rest in peace. So, we didn't learn a damn thing about that, so let's go over to the email. It's got questions in it. First off, we've seen this person play before. They've played Sombra. And the first question is, do you have any more general advice about how I can stay with my team longer each fight as Sombra? The issue, but like a lot of Sombra players have with staying in the fight, I think, is that they kind of are very willing to kind of just throw themselves directly into people because they know they have the translocator to get away to safety, which kind of makes them engage very suboptimally a lot of the time because they know they have the fallback of, I can just blink away, which is fair enough, but it usually results in them not being able to stick around for very long after that. I find that Sombra players, they'll also be like, I went in, I did something, I shot at this dude, and then I translocate away. Even if they didn't actually, like, need to translocate away, that usually tends to be the issue, is that they'll just, like, engage suboptimally or translocate away, just like when they finish shooting at somebody. Like, when they have to reload, they'll translocate away. Particularly if they have, like, the EMP, they'll just kind of, like, bodily throw themselves in there, EMP, take a bunch of damage, and then have to translocate away. Ideally, you would EMP and then not have to immediately disengage from the fight. Ideally, you'd be able to EMP them and then stay around and benefit from your EMP as well. So I would say that's usually the issues I see Sombra players having with, like, staying in the fights very long, is they tend to just be very willing to disengage because of the fact they have Translocator. So I would say just perhaps be more tempered in how you initiate fights as Sombra, or, like, poke at people, and don't feel like you have to Translocate away every time you do something, because you don't always have to. If you're gonna die, you know, don't fucking be greedy and be like, if you, I might die, like, and I'm gonna stay anyway. Like, if you think you're gonna die, fair enough, translocate away whenever, but, like, even if you're ever thinking, I might die, you should probably translocate away. But that's like the issue I usually see Sombra players having, is they translocate away at the drop of the hat. Like, as soon as somebody looks at them, I'm out. Don't have to do that. You can usually stick around a little bit longer. So that's, the most general thing I have to say about that one, really. Next off, I have a lot of trouble hitting the dynamite. Is there any trick to it? Basically, I had to shoot it as soon as I threw it, or wait until it landed, and even then I had some difficulty. I have not yet been able to play enough Ashe to really tell you if there's some kind of trick to it. Basically, I think the trick is just to always try and shoot it out of the air. This will be more difficult to do on console, where precision aiming tends to be a little bit more difficult. But, it's not, I don't like to think of it as a grenade, you know? I like to think of it as just a projectile. It's just that it's a little bit more awkward to use because, like, you have to shoot it to actually, like, get its benefit as a projectile. I don't really have anything to say about it other than try and shoot it out of the air. That's going to be the way to, like, usually to get people to hit people with it. But, you know, that's hard. Do you know when competitive 4v4 will end? I don't play competitive 4v4. Also, I read that you can dodge damage for a very short window of time using Translocator, like a Diva Bomb, similar to what I've done before with Moira's Fade, which I know is a lot easier. Do you know if it is possible to body block for someone else with the Translocator? Like if I threw it right up next to the bomb, and between it and someone else on my team? Thanks. So, I didn't know you could use Translocator to dodge damage, because I was under the impression that Sombra was always on the map, and it didn't give any kind of invincibility frames. I could be wrong, I don't exactly play Sombra a lot. If that's true, it must be an extremely small window that you can use it to dodge damage like that, because I feel like I see Sombras die constantly when they've already pushed the button, or like they're pushing the button. So that's got to be like a real difficult window to use. If I don't really know about how this would interact if it does work, but I'm going to go out on a limb and assume no, you probably can't body block for it. Just because there's really not a lot of things that can body block it. It basically has to be geometry or a shield. Because you can't even, like, stand between somebody else. Like, you can't just, like, stand behind Roadhog and get shielded from the explosion. As sick as that would be. It just kills Roadhog and you. So, I would assume no. But to be honest, I don't know. If there's, like, a very brief window of, like, invulnerability or something, maybe? But, like, probably not. And if so, it would be, like, so difficult to use as to not really be viable. But I would assume the answer is no. Though, to be fair, like, this is, like, the first I'm hearing that you can use Sombra's Translocated to dodge damage, so maybe. I don't really know, to be honest with you, because I was under the impression you couldn't use it to dodge damage at all. I don't doubt that it could be possible. I don't exactly play Sombra very much, but I've never seen it, so someone else would know better than me. So we played some Ashe. We didn't learn a damn thing. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found the video entertaining at least. Oh, what a good job of filling space we did today.